Well, hello, Pastor Dan and Debbie. Congratulations on 20 years at Kingman First Assembly. We wish we could have been there today.
Yes, totally wish I could have been there.
But unfortunately we could not. So we thought the next best thing would be to record our thoughts in video and send it to you.
And our pretty faces.
Absolutely. But we very much have been blessed to have spent 10 years in Kingman under your ministry, and we thought we'd share a few stories of those years from basically 94 to 2003.
Sounds like a long time.
Sounds like a long time ago anyway.
Yeah,
yes.
I know.
But I don't know if you remember the first time that we visited Kingman First. It was May of '94, and I came and scoping out churches before Bev and the family moved out to Arizona with me. And immediately, in fact, I remember it was a Sunday evening. Maybe it was 40 or 50 people there. But there was wonderful music through the accompaniment of Cynthia, and I think that was probably the perfect music department for Pastor. He had a remote control, and he could control the music. But I just remember.
I'm sure there are future days that he wishes he had that remote control.
Probably. But I do remember. Your ministry and your heart, and the warmth that you and Debbie and the rest of the church showed to us. And I couldn't wait for Bev and the kids to get there in June so that I could share with them the church that we were going to go to. You remember the first time that you went?
I do. I remember it very clearly. I was like, "Are you sure this is where you think we should go?" I was like, "Oh." A little skeptical, but he talked me into going again, and I was really glad after that. I fell in love with everybody, and totally fell in love with Pastor Debbie and Pastor Dan, and just.
It was the purple carpet.
Yeah, it was.
The purple carpet is what got us coming.
The purple carpet. I'm wearing purple just in remembrance of our first meeting with you of purple. I'll never forget all the purple of that church. It was a lot of purple.
So we did come thinking we could sneak in the back door, sit on the back pew, and not be as active participants as we had been in our previous church. We were looking for a break. That lasted how long?
Oh, I think it lasted about 3 weeks because they got me talking the first week we were there, and lack of control. I spewed out all the things that we had done and were doing at our home church in Merced, and next thing I knew, Pastor Dan was calling Pastor Hubbard saying, getting a reference, and next thing I know, we were
very involved.
Very involved.
Bev was doing music, I was doing the sound, and we were doing the youth, and eventually cleaning the church. Needless to say, Pastor Dan does not pass up an opportunity to put somebody to work. So.
No, he doesn't. But it was a lot of fun, and I think I was there to grow him as well. I think I was used in that manner to help Pastor just grow just a tad more. What do you think, Pastor? Between I remember he wanted the songs like 6 weeks in advance sometimes. You remember that, asking me to give you the song 6 weeks or I think a whole month at a time. And I was like, I can't do that. I'm like, what happens if the Holy Spirit changes his mind? We don't want to do that song. Those were the days.
Yes.
Those were the days. We came to a compromise though.
I see.
I think it was 1 week.
I do recall that Pastor Dan had a heart for Kingman and really wanted to grow the ministry in Kingman, wanted to reach the community for God, and he didn't turn down anybody. He was very very good about developing other people's ministries under his very watchful eye. But he was happy to delegate ministries and allow people to grow and to minister under his covering of his ministry. And I think that was key to the growth of the church, because there was an explosive growth that followed in those first couple of years, and the building of the new sanctuary and the new facilities. It was all due to pastor being willing to try new things and to develop people and their ministries under him.
Like the trilogies.
Right. The illustrated sermons, starting with the trilogies that started out in humble beginnings. I recall pastor getting approval from the board to spend, I think it was $5,000 on lights, and
That's a lot of money.
he and I drove up to Vegas. I think it was on a Monday, because I was off on Mondays, and he was quite nervous driving up there in his brown pickup. We went up there and came back, spent a lot more than $5,000, as I recall it. He was quite nervous about that too. But it all worked out. It was humble beginnings that developed into a wonderful ministry. Touched a lot of lives.
Changed a lot of lives.
And
A lot of excitement.
yeah,
We had real fire.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I recall Pastor being a very willing participant in practical jokes.
Yeah.
After that first trilogy, I handed him a letter from my employer stating that we were being relocated, to which he had a very adverse reaction.
He was not excited about that.
No, but I had to quickly share with him that it was a forged letter that I had made up as a joke. So.
He didn't believe anything after that.
But we just wanted to share with Pastor and Debbie and anybody else that would watch how much they've touched our lives. Their ministry meant more to us than any other ministry in our lives, to be honest with you. That 10 years, I mean, we reflect on it, it was growth. Spiritually for us, growth in the ministry for us. It was just a time of stretching, and Pastor was right there, the one pushing it, frankly. Your ministry from the pulpit, your ministry behind closed doors, behind the scenes, your integrity that no one could question. Was and continues to be an example of a godly man and a godly minister. And Sister Debbie, a phenomenal,
awesome lady,
phenomenal helpmeet to you and co-minister with you. You two are just very, very precious to us.
Yes, I think back on the years that we spent there, and the different things that we faced, and the different things that we came through victoriously, and just seeing how God worked, and how God molded and changed, and so many people that I look back on now, and I see how God just brought so many different people in of so many different walks of life, and how God just changed them, and how it was a lighthouse to so many people in Kingman, and people came in and people left, but God just kept bringing more and more people, and I know He's still doing that today there. We still get a little magnet.
We get our magnets. Thank
every
you.
year. Thank you so much. We just
Please
love
don't
them.
stop.
No, don't stop that. Our refrigerator, we look for those every year, every Christmas, and one year I thought we weren't going to get one that came in a little bit late, because I was telling Dave, I said, we didn't get our magnet from Pastor, because we still consider you our pastors. And go ahead.
Anyway, we just want to tell you congratulations on 20 years at Kingman First, and they're very lucky. Your parishioners are very, very lucky to have you. If they have not been around and seen other ministries and other pastors, they probably don't appreciate what they have with you. We've been around, we've seen a lot of ministers, we've sat under a number of pastors, and to be honest, you stand out as the most significant one to us.
Yes.
In fact, if I were to stack up the most influential people in my life spiritually, my parents, of course, come first, but Pastor Debbie and Pastor Dan are a close second, and we love you both.
Very much so. So happy anniversary, and I know that you're blessed, and I know that God will continue blessing you, and I pray that the people of your church there just dote all over you this month and let you know how much they love you. And I wish I could be there. I know Dave wishes he could be there. I wish we could come out, and we wish we could have been there this weekend. We even looked to see if we could rearrange a few things to make it work, but we were unable to do so. But in our hearts, we're there, and we love you guys so very much. And keep up the good work, and we'll see you soon.
God bless you.
God bless.